Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As part of today's video on Sitecode Content Hub, we are going to talk about how we can work with conditional metadata in Content Hub. In one of our previous video, we have seen how we can create your custom taxonomies and your custom properties. In this video, we are going to extend that discussion and see how we can configure certain properties and taxonomies to work conditionally. So let's just take an example. Let me just go to the create page. So on the create page, let's just go to one of the item here. So on the asset detail page, you can see on the overview section, we have different fields here, like we have file name, we have title, description, type, marketing description, agency, and a few other things, right? So what we can check from here is, let's just take an example of this asset description, right? So this asset description we have added as part of our m.asset entity, and we want to display this asset description field conditionally, right? So let me also open, because anything we do with the m.asset entity, we have to go to the m.asset entity on the manage section. So for that, just click on the settings item and then go to the manage, and from here just click on schema, and from schema you can just go to m.asset. So on the m.asset entity, you will find on the left hand side what different sections we have, and one of the section and this is the default section, like we have overview, and overview we have these different field which you have created. The field which I was talking about was asset description, right? This is a custom field which we created in one of our previous video. So what we want to do is, so last time what we did, we just created this asset description, like just like that, without worrying about how other things really works there. So if I click on this asset description, click on edit, and so this is what last time we checked, like everything on the general information, but this time and on a very high level, we also talked about what is conditional and required. So if you go back to the conditional one, we can actually set this particular field to work conditionally, which means this field will be visible only when certain conditions are met. And then we also have a tab for the required, which basically makes this particular field as required. So let's just talk about conditional tab first, and the use case what I'm just taking right now here is, that we should be able to see this asset description only when the asset type, which is type here, the asset type is selected, something like, maybe I can just take an example of social media. So the use case is only when the asset type is social media, then only we should be able to see the asset description. Right now you see, like, there is the asset type is not selected, but still we are able to see the asset description. Or even if I select something as, let's say, archive, and just click on OK, I'm still able to see this asset description. So the case which we are taking is only when the asset type is social media, then only we should be able to see the asset description. Otherwise it should not be visible. So how to configure this condition for the asset description? So on the asset entity page, where you have added this particular field, which is, if I just click on cancel, which is asset description here, which is under m.asset overview, click on edit, and from here just go to the conditional tab, and let's just try to add some condition here, right? So if you click on conditional tab, uh, just select this one, and then just click on add, and instead of, no, let me not make it add, so let me just make it as type. So it should be asset type, so asset type to asset, and just click on add. And the condition which I'm just going to add here is, like, this field should be visible only when the asset type is selected and the value of this asset type is social media, right? So just click on save. So the condition is, we have a relation field here, which is in taxonomy asset type to asset. Only when the asset type to asset is set to social media, then only this field should be visible. So that's how we set on the conditional field. So let's just quickly save this change, and once the change is saved, just click on apply changes so that it is applicable on the apply changes. And from here, let me just go back to this page, and let's just refresh this. Fine, we don't care. And let's just see what change we see here. So on the asset detail page, now we have this overview. Let's just click on edit, and we are not able to see that asset description here. Why? Because the asset type is not selected, what what is actually requested by that conditional parameter there. So if I make this particular field as social media, which we have set as part of a condition, just click on OK, and now we see this asset description here, right? So these kind of things, normally in Sitecore also we used to control all these things based on certain user user security and things like that. Maybe we used to make it read only, those kind of stuff. But here, if you want to completely get rid of that field by applying some some specific rules there, you can do that. So yeah, so that was all about condition, how you can set the conditions for your specific field which you have created. So that is one part of it. And let me just of the social media, and let me just make it test asset description. Okay, so let's just save it. So another thing last time which we didn't cover was the required parameter. So let me just go on the required tab again for the same field. Let's just take the same field. So general information, we are all good. Conditional, you just sort of like how exactly we can control the conditions based on certain types. Third type is required. So what we can also do is we can make this particular field as required field, right? So what does this mean is that this field will always be required whenever we are making some changes there. So let's just try to make this field as required, and this is the same validation which we have in Sitecore also. So we can make this field as required. So I'm not talking about any conditional validation as of now. I'm just making it as required, and let's just click on save. Once it is saved, just click on apply changes. Now let's just do something. Let's just go back to the same field again, or maybe let me just do something. Let me just go back to the create page here, and from here as usual I will just go to the pixabay.com, and let me just take something from here. Maybe I'll just take this butterfly. So let me just take this value from here, and click on add, click on upload files, click on import links, just give the value and click on import. Now you see the upload job started. The asset will appear soon. So let's just refresh it. Let's just again refresh it. It is still not visible. Let's just refresh it. It's still not visible. It's not visible. So that asset is not coming here. So to find out what exactly going wrong there, let's just try to find out what's going on in the background processes. So just click on the background processes from your profile, and we see like this upload jobs which was running, and it is actually completed but with a failure, right? So if you click on this failure and see where exactly it got failed was. So the state is pending, condition is pending, but the status detail, if you see here, the processing the specific target is invalid, asset description is required, right? So what, see, in the previous step what we did, like we just made this asset description as an required field, but with that change, what's happening here is we are not able to change anything. We are not even able to import a new asset to our system, because that asset description is required. And let's say if you when you're adding that field using import option, there is no way for you to get set the value for this asset description. So we need to find a way to handle this scenario also. So what we can do is we can again go back to the m.asset and go back to this asset description setting field. Let's go to the required tab, and now here we have this conditional validation. So now our validation will still run, it will still be required, but based on certain validation rules. So it has to bypass, it basically has to go over some of the conditional validation. So how we can, and what conditional validation we have to set, let's just add a filter here. So just click on plus button from here, and then we have simple composite. Let's just go with the simple one. Then what type of field you're talking about, like we are talking about the property or a relation, right? So in this case what we can do is now we still want to make that field as required, but we don't want our asset creation process to get affected by that change. So the first thing which we have to do is we basically have to make sure that we are dealing dealing with the content repository of standard, like, because normally we have different types of repositories there. So the first thing which we have to check here is that our content repository is of type standard repository. So for that we can basically go to the relation one here, and we have this content repository to asset. So that's the taxonomy we have, and then it could be anything. And then if I click on add, so here we have to set the standard one. So just search for it and then you find the standard. So that's the first change which you have to do, that whenever this conditional validation runs, it basically checks what type of asset we are dealing with. Like, okay, we are dealing with the standard one. So that's the first change which you have to do. The second thing which you have to add here as part of our conditional validation is just click on plus icon again, and no, let's just click on save here. So right, the first thing which you have added here is asset content repository to as standard. The second part, let's just click on plus icon again, and then you see like we have simple composite, field type is again property in relation. So this time also we have to work with the relation one. Why? Because this time when we try to import any asset to the system, that time we have to identify what is the state of that particular asset, right? Because let's say if we are uploading that asset for the very first time, right, it shouldn't basically prevent us to uploading that site just because the asset description field is empty, right? So what we can do is just click on simple and go to relation one, and from here you can just search for the final life cycle status to asset. So just click on that, and on the operator could be anything here, like it is any based on whatever value we are going to set here. So just click on add here, and then you just select approved and under review. So why exactly we are going with approved and under review? So that when we are trying to import that asset, the new asset for the first time in the system, it doesn't prevent us completing that step, because that point of time our asset will not be in approved state or under review step. That will be in a kind of draft state there. So that's what we are setting this under review and approved as in condition here, so that only when our asset is on approved state or under review state, it should basically check for that custom validation that the asset description should not be empty. Otherwise, when it is in approved state or under review state, it should basically pass through. So let's just click on save here and click on save, and then you have two conditional validation, which is your content repositories of type standard, and your lifecycle status is either it is approved or under review. And once you are done with that, just click on save. So once you're done with these changes, as usual, apply your changes so that it is applicable. And from this point, let's just search for something else from here, and maybe I'll just search for maybe this one, nature, new tab, and just copy this URL from here, and let's just go to our create page, click on add, upload files, and go to import links, and just click on import. So here also you see like the upload job is already started, the assets will appear soon. And if we try to refresh this create page, let's see if we see any change. Right, so now we see that this particular asset is been available, it is part of your create page. Now it is already been imported into the system. The thumbnail is not coming because there is something going wrong with the processing job, so you can just ignore it for now, but other things you'll find it should be fine for you. So yeah, we see this file name, title, and everything. Right now the asset description is not available just because the type is not set. So let me just type something here and make it social media, so that I have that value, so which is okay. And from here, if I just click on save, it doesn't give that error, because right now we are not into under review or approved state. So that's why we don't get that error. But from here, if I just want to send this content for approval, so if I just click on this submit for approval, so yeah, we are okay. Submit asset for approval, okay. And now we see the asset description is required, right? So that's where we get this error now, because now our we are trying to move this asset from draft state to under review. So that's where we are getting this error. So just to make sure that before review everything is all set, what we can do, we can just put something in here, asset description test asset, and then just click on save. And let's just go back to our create page so that we can just send this asset to for the reviewer to approve. Send for approval, click on OK, and we are good. And then if we go to our review page, we should be able to see this asset here like this nature, right? So that's how you can work with the conditional metadata and the required metadata, which is part of your m.asset entity, right? So, and in addition to that, if you have some other requirements around, when exactly you want to make this field as required, or how exactly it should be, what conditions you have. Right now we are just taking an example of asset type, but in your case it could be something else, which is related to your business. So you can add those conditions here. Required fields also you can change accordingly. So that's what I just wanted to cover as part of today's video. I hope this was helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions around this. And thanks for watching. Thank you.